What's going on, guys? Welcome to the ranch. I am just about to go feed the horses. Well, at least we have one horse in the corral right now that she needs some grain, and then check on my garden and do all the evening things. So obviously the boys are out here with me as always. I had to basically peel Titan out of bed because he was laying down. But Zeus and Apollo, they will just pop right up anytime I put my boots on, so it's funny. But gonna go feed Mo first, so I'll take you guys with me. The boys always want to come with me, but they do not right here, so sorry, boys. This is what they do every time I feed Mo. They sit right there, even though they could absolutely go through that little gate right there. Zeus tries to sometimes, don't ya? They know not to come down here, which realistically they probably could, but Mo is sick right now anyways, so that's why she's in here in the corral. She's starting to feel better, so she'll be down there with Dreamer anytime soon, so. So, that's little Mo, short for Mimosa. So actually the reason why we have her and then one other one and then a little donkey that we got all together. And we weren't actually planning on getting horses, but we're actually helping a neighbor out with them who couldn't take care of them anymore. So I just got super distracted because the guy that was working on the skid steer today, he just completely flattened out our whole driveway and it looks so good. When we had a big rainstorm, it just got completely washed out. You can see it's just like a big hill. So, I mean, it was crazy. So it just looks so much better and I didn't really see it until just now. I heard him up here, but because he was closer to the house, but I didn't really know what he was doing. Hi, boys. You being so sweet. So if you watched our last video, we had the cows up here in the front yard and they mowed the grass for us. The only downside about that is that Zeus, especially, that one back there, dog, he likes to eat the cow poop, which is so disgusting. Obviously there's gonna be cow poop in there, so that's just gross and unfortunate. But now I'm gonna go check on my garden, but first I'm actually going to let Tucky out because he's up here. He has his own little house. Hi. Oh, doesn't even want to come out. All right, so now we can go ahead and check on our garden. So I only have tomatoes and basil planted in a bed. I have a few other things just planted in the ground, but it's those two that I'm mostly worried about just because we got our first like bigger rain since I planted them. And it was like downpouring for a second earlier today. So I just want to come check on them because I'm nervous. They were still pretty little, so that's why. But also, this is just a chicken netting that we had. So a big part of the garden is really just using what we've had around the property, I guess, and just making it as cost efficient as possible because everything just adds up, you know. So everything here we either had on the land or we bought for the cattle or it was given to us or something, so, which is pretty cool. But okay, let's check on these. Obviously that net was not on. That's electric netting for the chickens, but I just don't have it plugged in yet. So I wanted to keep the chickens out mostly was the whole point because I had blueberry plants in a pot up there and the chickens were pecking at it a little bit. So I'm trying to get that to heal and make sure that they don't peck at, like, especially the new things that I'm putting in there. But we also had a goat at one point, so he was also eating a lot of the blueberry plants. It was like the one thing I had from last year that survived. It was like the one thing that he couldn't eat, and he kept going straight to it every time he went outside. So, which that's a whole nother story of the goat. But okay, so they do look pretty good. These are the basil. And then I also mulched it. Actually, I didn't have that in the last video. I mulched it with leaves, and that just helps with the soil and keeping the organisms down there all alive and happy, and the worms and everything. So also tomatoes don't like the dirt splash to get on them apparently, so it's also good to mulch tomatoes just in general. But we had these leaves, again, didn't go out and buy anything crazy. The only thing we've bought, I guess, for this whole garden is the compost, which next year we're gonna have our own compost. That's like a goal, but we kind of tried a few areas, but we couldn't find a good spot for it for a while. And then yeah, we had like a container for it, and it got gross. So we're gonna change a few things with that and make it better. So the compost this year didn't work out, but everything else has been great. So here's the basil. And then here are the little tomatoes. So they actually did pretty well. I was afraid they were gonna be like down to the ground when I came out here, so I'm happy to see them standing up. That's good. Good news. Good news over here. Garden's doing well. They still look so small and wimpy, but it's okay. So, okay, I'm excited about that. I'm satisfied with that. So now I'm just gonna, usually before Jay gets home from work, I'll just do some yard work, clean up out here, and then start dinner and let the boys play, because they've been inside with me for most of the day. So by the time I'm done working inside, they are ready to be outside and play and get some energy out before Jay gets here and they go crazy. So Apollo will get his ball, which he just put in the garden, so he's gonna have to get that. Come on. He's getting all nervous. Come here. Go. Go boy. Go. But it always works out, because when Apollo has his ball, Zeus chases Apollo, and then Titan chases Zeus. So it wears them all out just to throw it to Apollo. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? But anyways, they're gonna be going crazy for a second, but that's normally what my evenings look like. Just feeding the horses, playing with the boys, and then making dinner. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.